Our family story starts here in the early 70s when Dad had leveraged his scholarship to come to the U.S. from a village in India where he was living in poverty. And we've been here ever since, so just about to hit 50 years as a family in the county. The family story really intersects well, in my mind, with what Northern Virginia and the region has done in the last 50 years. There's a large group of immigrants in this area, people coming in waves, whether it was Iran, Afghanistan, and other places. And so that's the community that I sort of grew up with. When I think about why my parents came, it was to realize this dream of how education can lift someone out of poverty. One thing I've seen and realized over my life is that what education had done for us as a family, what it did to bring us into the light, and not only education, but then the entrepreneur opportunities that my dad availed himself of. And that really is a core part of our story. My parents always were philanthropic, and so they sort of set the bar for us, and it was something that we had to follow. Given that this is the region that raised me, this is where I've spent most of my life, it became very important for us to look internally and around where we are.
I think Sumeet was shaped by the example of his parents, who were both entrepreneurs but also civic leaders. And so from a very young age, he's always been giving back to the community. He's been very active on the academic and education side with George Mason. He's been very active as well with what he's been doing with the Science Foundation, TIE DC, and Go Virginia as well, but really focused on trying to provide access and opportunities to a diverse community, realizing that that was the foundation for what the opportunities that he was provided as he was growing up.
Sumeet's story is the Mason story. It seems whenever a new concept, a new idea emanates and bubbles up, he is connected to it in some way. And our work in entrepreneurship, when we were establishing a center, an entity there, he was right there as a part of that. He has embodied many of the programs and initiatives that define our institution as being a great institution.
Yeah, winning this award is it's surreal. Many of the people that I know that are on this list, I've looked up to for many years. I talk often about this concept of an invisible guiding hand in the community, and there's many people on this list that are the reason our region is where it is. And to be in the same list as these folks that I know are the reason I'm here today is just unbelievable. If there's something I learned from my parents, it's that philanthropy is an everyday pursuit. And I would encourage everyone to strive to lift up your neighbors, to lift up this region, and create a community that works for everyone.
He has been in so many voluntary roles that we had to add actual fields to our database because he has been the Alumni Association president. He is on our board of trustees and currently the vice chair. He's the leader for, co-leads the business school campaign. He's also on the President's Innovation Advisory Council, and it goes on because he loves George Mason, and so he recognizes the importance of the education he received here, and he's committed to helping other students get the best education possible.
Sumeet is an extraordinary advocate for the Science Center. He started out as a supporter, then he became an ambassador. Later, he joined our board of directors. And during the pandemic, he stepped up to a leadership role as the vice chair of our board. Then he took on the campaign committee leadership, and now he is our board chair. He has an incredible leadership style, and he's just super strategic. He's always thinking about the long run and the investments that we can make today that will vastly expand our impact in the future.
I think what makes Sumeet a remarkable leader and trustee of Shakespeare Theatre Company is that he's such a natural builder of bridges. I think of the recent production of The Jungle about immigration that we produced, and Sumeet brought a team of students from George Mason University. He brought them to the show, he gave them a meal, a conversation, and he was this remarkable ambassador for our work and George Mason's work as two organizations that I know he holds dear, and bringing them together really embodied Sumeet's vision of togetherness.
So Sumeet and I were first-year dorm mates at the University of Virginia. So I've known Sumeet since we were both 18. And he has been the same person then as he is now. He is committed. He gives his heart, he gives his soul, he gives everything to whatever he is focused on, and he's always looking to make a difference.
If I were thinking of a word to describe Sumeet, the first word that comes to mind is extraordinary. Extraordinary as a father, as a husband, as a leader, as a volunteer. He's an extraordinary man, and we are so grateful to have him as a graduate, but also as a leader in our community. His impact will be felt for years to come, and I hope that as many students as possible have an opportunity to meet this extraordinary man, because he is one of a kind.
Sumeet is so deserving of this award from the Community Foundation because he so deeply cares about the community and about the region. He is all about elevating the region and elevating each person in our region and giving them opportunities that they otherwise would not have.
Sumeet, congratulations, my friend. This is a well-deserved honor. You have done remarkably well in supporting this community. You have done remarkably well in supporting our institution. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and we look forward to a great partnership going forward.
Well done on winning this prize. You're an extraordinary man, an extraordinary force, and I hope you have an extraordinary evening with all your friends, family, and wider community.